Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're going to take a quick look at yet another Kuva weapon, and this time around it is going to be the Kuva Kraken, or rather my variant of the Kuva Kraken, the Koho Dungeon Kuva Kraken. Now you get the Kuva Kraken, just like any other Kuva weapon, from a lich. So you either have to keep spawning liches until you get one that is the Kuva Kraken, or you simply have to buy a lich that has the Kuva Kraken. The Kuva Kraken is a semi-automatic secondary burst pistol that does 43.1 damage per bullet, 32.3 is impact, and 5.4 as both puncture and slash. However, since this is a burst pistol and it fires 3 rounds per shot, the actual damage per shot is 129.3. The weapon also comes with a very solid 21% crit chance, and above average 2.3 times crit multiplier, and very nice 29% status chance. And other than that, it comes with 21 rounds in the magazine, though since you're firing 3 at a time, you only get 7 shots with 1.5 second reload. So when we compare the standard Kraken to the Kuva Kraken, we can see that the Kuva Kraken is better in almost every way, with the exception of damage, because the standard Kraken does slightly more, but that is more than made up for in the Kuva version with the supporting stats. However, there is one more thing that sets the Kuva Kraken apart from the standard Kraken. It has a secondary fire mode, so if you just use the primary fire, you get your 3-round burst and that's all nice and dandy. But if you press the secondary fire, you can fan the Kraken, which is a sentence I never thought I would say, and what this does is it fires the rest of your magazine and it kicks like a bloody mule, so it's kind of like the secondary fire on Pandero. And the stats on this are exactly the same, with the exception of the insane fire rate of course, as on the primary fire. Now, since this is a Kuva weapon, you ideally want to put on 5 Forma to extract all the mastery from it and to also unlock the ability to put on a lens, but the build I ended up going with only requires 3 Forma, all 3 of which are AV. And it's running Hornet Strike for damage, Barrel Diffusion for multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot, Prime Pistol Gambit for crit chance, Prime Target Tracker for crit damage, and then you kind of have to go with Pistol Ammo Mutation, because if you're using the secondary fire, you're gonna chew through your ammo in no time, so you need some kind of ammo mutation here. And we top it all off with 3 dual stat mods, which most of the time for me are Scorch for hidden status, and then I'm also running Pistol Pestilence and Jolt for corrosive, though if you're fighting high level corpus or corpus in general, you just swap these two around and bam, you have gas and electricity. Now, when it comes to the performance, the primary fire is kind of okay, mainly because it's just really hard to hit consistent headshots with it, even if you don't roll radiation as your innate bonus like I did. Because you have a ton of impact, right? So the enemies are going to be flailing around because of that, then they're going to be freaking out because they're on fire thanks to heat, and with my version, they're also fighting everything around them, so yeah, getting headshots after the first burst is kind of difficult. But that's kind of where the secondary fire comes in, so if you run into something really beefy that can survive that initial burst to the head, you just run up to them and brap away. But even that is a bit dodgy, because a lot of the really beefy units have a built-in countermeasure for that very thing, so if you get too close to them, they will slap you and you get knocked down. So while that particular tactic works really well in the simulacrum, it's much less reliable in the actual game. Plus, you only have 11 bursts to begin with. You have 231 rounds and you're firing 21 at a time. So in the end, the weapon actually ends up being the most effective with the gas setup, because you're firing 3 rounds to begin with, right? So you get a lot of gas procs from that. Then you're multi-shotting all of that with double multi-shot because it's a secondary, so you get even more gas on top of that. And even if that is somehow not enough, you can just brap out the entire magazine with the secondary fire. Now, while the Kuva Kraken is definitely not the most amazing weapon in the world, it is still a bit of fun, especially if you manage to get yourself an infinite ammo corruption in a fissure mission. So while it is a decent weapon and it can be a little bit of fun if you like this kind of playstyle, I would definitely not go out of my way and farm liches ad nauseum just to get my hands on it. It's just okay, and that's fine, not every weapon has to be top tier. And that is pretty much all I wanted to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.